Prajakta and Kunal. So we are able to see the screen. Would request for a full screen. I hope I'm audible to you, sir.
Yes, you are audible. You
Yeah.
are able to view the screen, right?
Yes, sir. We are able to see the screen. Would request for a full screen, a slideshow mode.
Yeah, sure.
So let's start with the presentation.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm AG Ramakrishna, the Chief Product Officer at Card91. At Card91 is a technology service provided to regulated entities on the issuance side for prepaid card, forex card, and credit cards. And a brief about myself, I've been with Citibank for about 17 plus years, India abroad, later in a cross-border payments company, Instaram Niyam, and last 3+ years with Card91. The agenda we are focusing today is as per the problem statement which is being faced by the regulated entities. So what we have realized is there is a space where most of the regulated entities, predominantly banks, rely on legacy platform for card issuance, which are very rigid, expensive, static, and very difficult to change. So this has resulted in a lot of actions by the regulator on a couple of the banks, and it takes long time to implement any regulatory change or any new feature they would like to provide. And we have seen there is a outburst of fintechs who are actually acquiring customers, and banks are not able to actually meet up the expectation of the consumers, which fintechs are able to drive. So our solution is enabling banks to provide fintech experience to their customers. And what we have done is we have developed the entire technology stack grounds up in-house. And this is the overview of the stack. I've taken credit card as an example. And next slide is a prepaid card as an example. So we have got our switch processor certified with the network Visa, RuPay, MasterCard. We have also given a credit card management system or card management system to the issuer banks who are regulated entities. And as part of it, they get a issuer portal where they manage the entire program and drive it. They get a mobile app, which is for their end customer, can be businesses or consumers. And with the latest initiatives and regulatory relaxation coming on UPI, so we have also certified on UPI 2.0, and we enable credit card on UPI through scan and pay, which has increased the acceptance of the credit card. We have powered a couple of co-branded partners on the PPI side. So our portal also enables the co-branding partner and distribution channels to seamlessly go through the process flow. So our system is completely configurable, flexible, and modular in nature. And we are able to handle 150 plus TPS at the present moment. And the mobile app is completely designed through a customer-centric approach. The time which it takes to enable any particular program, if it's typically 5 to 6 months with the legacy platform, we can do the same in weeks in place of months. I'm not sure how much time I have. So
6 minutes 44 seconds, sir.
okay, sure.
6 minutes to be precise.
Yeah, sure. The other example is we have the prepaid card management system, again certified with the network where it reads the ISO 8583 messages. And we have the unique feature which we have provided as part of the PPI is a programmable smart wallets. I'll show it in the presentation. Along with that, for the e-com transactions where we have 3DS, we have developed our own ACS for RuPay, BEPG 2.0, and are able to provide the entire stack to the PPI issuers. So let me just give a brief on where we are operational. So on PPI and NCMC, which is the National Common Mobility Card, we are live with S-Bank, FinoBank, SBM, Paul Merchant, which is a non-bank PPI issuer. We are live on the PPI. NSDL Payments Bank, PPI and NCMC. And the biggest one is the RuPay initiative to enable Forex cards So they have tied up with UAE to issue Forex cards. So we are powering Thomas Cook, which is the biggest issuer of Forex cards in the market. At present, the credit card stack just got launched in February. So we are looking in advanced stage of discussion with various companies, various banks. So the innovations which we have brought in, which we'll show as part of the live demo, is a differential APR, which is interest rate which is charged for a purchase for a revolving customer is always the same. Whereas we are able to say for grocery and pharmacy, it would be say 6%. For your travel, hotel, restaurant, it can be 24%. For your entertainment, it can be 36%. So the share of wallet of a customer using this particular bank's issuance will be higher because of the differential APR. Second, we have done is most of the fintech partners which go to the bank, they have been asking for giving the choice to the customer to have whether RuPay, Visa, or MasterCard. So single account with multiple network cards and single billing is something we have created and shown it to the banks. And there is a lot of interest from the banks as well as it meets the regulatory requirement. And the next step which we are taking is credit line on UPI because we have realized that the card management system is very expensive for giving a credit line of 5,000, 6,000 rupees, which is what the banks would like to do for underserved segment. So that is where the credit line management on UPI with Scan and Pay is being developed right now, and we should be able to launch it in the next 3 months. So I'll just take a couple of minutes to show you the demo.
So you're with 3 minutes now with the
Yeah,
presentation
sure.
time.
Yeah, you are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir, I'm able to see the screen.
Yeah. So this is our prepaid sandbox environment. So the smart wallet, which we have just shown, let me take an example. So here is a card program we have created called Expense Card, and it is on S Bank and RuPay. And within that, we have created smart wallets called Fuel, Meal, Client Meeting, NCMC Wallet. And the beauty of this system is I can actually fix up the rules under the smartness, which is only e-com and POS transactions allowed, and monthly spend should be less than 5,000. Similarly, you can fix up for meals where you can say the transaction has to be POS e-com only from Chennai and Bangalore. If somebody is, the corporate is sending it to the salespeople, and then it shouldn't be more than 3,000 per month. So these are examples. And I can go ahead and add any number of smart wallets for this particular card management system. Now, similarly, on our credit card system, which is where we are going in. So here is the interest template. And typically the purchase APR can be fixed between 0 to 48 on the total purchase. And depending on his risk, they will fix the rate which will be charged. But we can actually say grocery will be only between 0 to 12%. And we can add other merchant category codes which can be charged from the customer. Another example is giving the rewards program, which is again an accelerated rewards program, which I can give it to the customer. And these are the various configurations which you have shown. Let me take an example of a cards program. So here is a card program which got created, and the customer is able to actually have the rewards from Visa as well as from RuPay as well as from MasterCard. So a single account having 3 different cards attached to him. And let me show you one example of a billing statement. So this customer has 2 cards, one with Visa, another with RuPay. And if we just look at his statement, the statement would actually show him that he has made purchase from RuPay, Visa, and what is the cash advance charges we has withdrawn on a card level. So single account, a single billing statement has been powered. So that's the demo part of it. And going forward, this is the competitor analysis. So we have the differential APR multi-network for a single account, and portfolio-based actions based on rules engine are part of our system, which doesn't exist in the market with the existing player. And the smart wallet, which is on the PPI, we are the only one we are providing, not ISG, M2P, or Fiserv. They have it at a card program level and not at the smart wallet. And as can be seen, the number of credit cards have just crossed 10 crore, whereas debit cards are over 96 crores. So here we are expecting a huge growth to happen on the credit card side. And the financial inclusion is something which we are promoting based on the discussion with our clients, which is credit line on UPI. They want to give new to credit customers small credit line and don't want to have the same cost of a credit card. And that is where the scan and pay of UPI comes into picture. And we are customizing our credit card management system to power the credit line on UPI. So in conclusion, the smart wallet, differential APR, multiple network for single account, first RuPay card on Forex with Thomas Cook, and financial inclusion, which is work in progress with the credit loan on UPI, is what we are working on. Open
Thank
for
you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're open for questions as well. And we request for the team members, if you would like to join for the Q&A, please turn on your video then. Julius, we open for question and you would like to go first. Yeah, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for showing us this. Some fundamental questions. You seem to be talking about financial inclusion. To me, the product seems like something that a regular credit card user will benefit from. But you're saying that you are positioning it for even tier 2, tier 3 cities. So this kind of customization that you're showing is more useful to somebody who has heavy credit card spending. So, but on the other hand, you're saying you want to develop something for the light user with a differentiated, interest rate, etc.
Yes.
So, if I've understood it correctly, this seems to me to be a little bit difficult to reconcile in terms of who your customer is. Are you targeting the super rich or the super poor?
Yeah. So what we have done is we got the technology and we are giving it to the banks who are the issuers. And over there, we can cater to the various segments. So what we realized is most of the customers, some of the banks, they have a huge base of CASA account and they know that they can give a credit line. But if they give it as a OD limit, they have to change their core banking system. And that is a very difficult thing to do. At the same time, giving him a credit card, which he goes and uses, is very expensive from a technology perspective. So to that particular segment, we are giving the credit line on UPI, wherein based on their CASA account, they can say, I'm giving you a limit of say 5,000 only to begin with. Then I'll increase it to 10,000, 20,000. So we are powering that with a no card, just a credit line. You do a scan and pay using your mobile. So we are catering to the whole spectrum and providing this particular platform. So to your question on differential APR, what we realized is most of the banks have a revolving feature. So customers rotate their balances. And typically, every customer has on an average 2 to 3 cards. Now, why should I keep using the card of a bank where I'm a revolver and not another one? So over there, the differential APR will make a big difference. That pharmacy, grocery, I'm taking say 12%. For your travel, 24%, entertainment, 36%. So the share of wallet would go up. So the issuer would be happier because his business interchange and interest income would be higher.
Okay, I'm still trying to get that in my head on whether you are catering to somebody who's so you are going to sell it to the banks, but the banks, how well they will be able to pull in adoption for a relatively no user of credit versus a very high user of credit. You are pitching this for both.
Correct.
I'm sure you did your analysis, but to me, in terms of a product range, this seems like two ends of the spectrum. And
yes, ma'am. So what has happened is some of the banks have this fintech partners.
No, but I think I'll now let the others come in because I've taken up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Any of the juror would like to go ahead with the question? Tarun, sir?
I have a question. Just give me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Sure, sir. In the meantime,
I can answer the question of Rajni ma'am. So basically, there are a lot of fintech and co-branding partners who have approached the bank and they want to issue the card to their merchant ecosystem or to the customers who are doing on their e-commerce site a lot of transactions. So that is how they are getting the distribution from the bank side. So our portal is able to manage even those co-branding partner programs and power it in a compliant way to the RBI regulations.
thank you, sir. I'll explore question if
Yeah.
sir is ready.
Can I ask now? Sorry,
Yes,
Kevin,
sir.
can I ask? Yeah.
Yes, sir, please.
Hi, Ram. Thank you
hi.
for your presentation. You mentioned you were in Citi. Were you part of Citi's ONT team or where were you in Citi?
I was part of the business side on the consumer bank.
Okay.
India first 4 years and then
So-
in Thailand, Bangkok, setting up their consumer business.
Okay. I don't know when you were in Citi, but about 20, 25 years ago, the personal expense and the claims that Citi used to pay out to employees were through this dummy account card, which do you remember that or?
Yes, because
Okay.
they didn't want
So
others.
yeah, exactly. So have you built this business on that platform and then diversified into other products? Is that what you've tried to do?
We have
I'm just thinking out loud. I could be totally wrong. So
Yeah, so what we have done is we developed our own switch and the platform, and it can take care of all kind of use cases. So it can be the incentives, the rewards, it can be the salary up to the 2 lakh limit, which is there. And
Okay.
on top of it, all the allowances can be given, like somebody traveling for fuel and other thing. So
Okay.
there is just one use case. This can be used for multiple use cases.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to understand Professor Rajani's question. And I'm just trying to think. So what you are trying to do is you are not a vertical use case business. You are actually a horizontal across multiple use cases. I could be a student. I could be a first-time borrower. Sorry, first-time borrower, a middle income guy, or a wealthy guy.
Yeah.
I would need some type of a wallet, which is not a single use case wallet. It's a multiple use case wallet. And you've also tied up with Thomas Cook for overseas transactions. So is that how you're thinking about this business?
Yes.
Because if we were to go through your presentation, I mean, you've structured it well, you've done it well, but it seems as if you are all over the place. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying if you, the amount of work that you have done and the effort that you have put in, but it seems as if you're all over the place. So if you could, and that's typically what happens when people build horizontal models as opposed to vertical models. Vertical models are much easier to understand, right? I mean, this is my use case and this is what I do. But if you do horizontal use cases, they are much more complex and much more difficult to understand. So if that is what you are trying to do, then sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So what we have done is we have picked up the vertical on issuance alone. So we are not on the acquiring side of the payments business. So from a vertical perspective, we are only on the payment or card issuance. And while powering the use cases, we have taken all type of issuance, prepaid Forex, credit card, and UPI, which has come as a channel or the rail for making the payment. In that, we are able to do various kinds of use cases, which is horizontal in nature. So the business-wise, we are B2B. We are not going to the end customer. We are just empowering the banks and regulated entities who will power the end customer, the platform for their end customers through co-branding partner or any partnership with NBFCs and other people.
And the reason banks can't do this is a very valid point that they'll have to alter their core banking software, which they don't want to touch. So you will sit on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are integrated with S-Bank, we are integrated with their CBS. APIs are exposed, but the entire card management system is done through us and by us. Even the recon and settlement with the network, our system performs it. it reads the settlement file and provides the instruction to the bank, who will then debit their account and credit to the acquirer through the network.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have taken a niche of only the issuance side and that vertical alone. And the beauty of this system is the certification with Visa, MasterCard is standard. So any of the APAC country or overseas, as long as we take care of the local regulatory and compliance requirement, I can migrate this particular system over there, taking care of say, data localization and other things. So the market for us is not just India, but entire globe. Once these products are live in India, we can take it abroad as well with a very limited incremental effort.
So you could have products like BNPL, etc. Buy now, pay later integrated on this.
Yes, buy now, pay later is part of the EMI conversion in the credit card stack. So somebody purchasing even on credit line on UPI, so he can have a pre-configured tenor and he can do BNPL, or it can be at the time of transaction itself, he can convert to EMI. So the entire stack, including basic fraud management, we have done on our credit card management stack end to end.
Thank you.
Pranav sir, there is time's up, but however, we can take your question, sir. Pranav sir, you have any question?
Okay, maybe quickly. No, it's very good. One question. The core banking system providers, right? What has stopped them from adding a PPI module or something like this, or card issuance module? What is it that allows you to do it, and the CBS guys haven't been able to do?
Yeah, so if you look at the CBS guys like Finacle and FIS and others, they were because the entire stack has to read completely different, which is the ISO 8583 messages driven through the network, which is Visa, RuPay, MasterCard. And there are a lot of changes which keep happening, which the CBS doesn't want to touch. So all that they are saying is, I have a stable system, I'll manage the CASA. The card management system, I can integrate rather than driving it myself. So none of them so far have taken it. And those who have provided their own legacy system, to just give an example, RBI said charge Forex card, ATM withdrawal in INR and not FCY. To make that change, it was a 2-month change request. Whereas in our system, it's a radio button. So I can change it from future, it can be in INR and not in US dollar. So that is our advantage, because we made it from first principle compliant, taking feedback from all the issuer banks.
Thank you, Ram.
Tell me something, Ram. Sorry, Gavin, we are going over time. Just one question. Ram, just one question. How do you sell only B2B? You sell to banks directly?
Yes, directly to banks, AD2s and PPI license holders.
Okay. You don't sell through core banking. So you don't sell through HCL Tech, Infosys. You don't sell through channel partners that when they are integrating core banking or when they are upgrading, they just slip your product on top of it. You don't sell through channel partners.
That's a good idea. We'll explore it. The reason is our PPI stack is mature. So we can now take it to them. Whereas the...
Boss, come on. You can't compete with an Infosys. I know. Okay. I mean, you've done a lot of work. Yeah. Sorry. But if you can do that, then you will get full integration on day one.
Got it.
Because right now you're little bit all over the place. But if you can do that, then you're done. So HCL Tech, Infosys, Wipro, and Oracle. These 4 you should basically just totally lap up.
Sure.
You have to. In Southeast Asia and North America and Europe. If you can do that, then you're done.
Thanks for this input. I'll take it up and discuss with the Chief Business Officer and do that one. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you to the jurors for the question, and thank you, Team Card91, for your time. We wish you the best, and thank you, Mr. Rama. Thank you for your presentation, Stephen. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.